Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Also follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance on YouTube. Hopefully this weekend I'll be posting some more videos there. Okay, so today I wanted to touch base on the baseball lockout, and I also am curious, what are you guys buying? Are you buying anything during this lockout for any of the baseball speculators, collectors, investors, whatever you call yourselves? So the lockout will continue. I believe the first week of games has been canceled. And just my own opinion about it is that the problem that I see right now is that the owners and the teams can take advantage of a player, and that's rubbing the players union the wrong way. For instance, you see my Cubs logo back here. KB, aka Chris Bryant, when he was supposed to play, I believe in 2015, the Cubs under Theo Epstein, they held him back 1 month. And because they held him back 1 month, and he came up from the minors in May, he had one more year of, or the Cubs had one more year of control over him. And as much as I wanted Chris Bryant to be with the Cubs one more year, I don't think that was fair to Chris Bryant. So just issues like that, in my opinion, is not helping out. And if the owners were to cave on that, I think this could be solved overnight. Hopefully some sort of resolution does come about, because I do want to have some sports on during the summertime. Otherwise, it's going to be a boring summer. I want to see the Cubs. I want things to go back to normal. Alrighty. So in regards to the lockout, I'm curious to see, what are you guys doing? And I was just looking at some players just from last year and trying to figure out, okay, what players would I want to get. I did a video, I think, right after the baseball season, and some of the guys that I was looking at, Lindor, I believe I said Trout, Bellinger, etc. And I tried going on some auctions. I didn't get the prices I wanted for Lindor. It was Lindor's US 82 card. I was trying to get some PSA 10s. I saw some auctions at about $78. And I was like, oh, I better get in before the prices go up. It was just a bad auction because the price went up close to like $90. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to buy it. That card, I believe, I was doing videos about this. It was about 300 some dollars at one point. He got traded. You have to remember that. He went to the Mets, and then he just wasn't as great as he used to be. So that didn't help him out. You saw some other players last year didn't do so hot. Bellinger didn't do so hot. He did well in the playoffs, though, if you guys remember that. And one other guy that's on my radar is Trout. I used to dabble in the 2012 Heritage, the PSA 9 cards. I used to buy them. I think it was under 100 or something like that, and I sold it maybe at 150. I don't remember. But it went to 300. Now it's back down. It's in that range of about 120 to $140. And there is one auction ending tonight. I am posting this video tomorrow, by the way. I mean, not tomorrow, on Thursday morning. Long story short, if I see this card under $100, I may hit the buy button for it, just because it's Trout. But yeah, I really haven't bought baseball this year, and baseball is my favorite sport. And one thing that I noticed about the modern cards of all these current players is that these pop size or these pop counts are extremely high. I was looking at some of Bellinger's heritage cards. Pop size is way too high. I was looking at, if you look at what Tatis, if you look at Soto, if you look at Cunha, way too many cards of these guys, way too much population for all their modern cards. And I'm looking at someone like Verlander and Scherzer that I've speculated in the past. And I remember the pop size was under 1,000. And it's their rookie card. Verlander now has a pop PSA 10 over 1,000. Same thing with Scherzer. Verlander's cards were doing well before the pandemic, and then it went down during the recession, and then in 2020, the short-lived recession, and then it gradually went back up, and I was selling more there. Now, Scherzer, it's quite interesting. Scherzer won a World Series, so naturally his prices went up, and he went to the Mets, which also added the price to go higher. What's interesting is that the population size of Scherzer's cards have gone higher, and the price has gone higher. So that I find really interesting. And yes, in my opinion, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, even though I don't think he has 200 wins yet. He probably will get there. But I'm thinking about this year, speaking of Scherzer, you have the Mets, and if they do start the season, obviously it's going to be later, and the longer the lockout is, it's probably going to help a team like the Mets, in my opinion. Mets under Cohen, they're spending more money. Now we'll see whether that is the right strategy for the Mets. But you got Scherzer and you got DeGrom. You got those two guys in a shortened season where their arms are going to be fresher than in a regular season. Oh man, just watch out. I was kind of bearish on all this, but then now if you're starting the season later, this could be a net positive for them. And yeah, they may not have the best team out there, but still, that 1-2 dynamic. Remember Strasburg and Scherzer during the World Series against the Astros? And the Astros allegedly had stolen signs, if you believe that story or not. I mean, they changed their signs, their pitching signs. I'm talking about the Nationals, and they beat them in 7 games. But yeah, I'm just thinking, okay, if you're betting on the Mets, are you going to buy any Mets cards? I'm just asking you guys, what are you guys doing? And it's all about expectations. So whoever does better than what the market perceives them, then those cards are going to do higher. I remember Chris Bryant last year. Chris Bryant, I remember in November in 2020, no one was buying Chris Bryant because I believe he may have been injured that year or he wasn't playing the best. And I just bought one card of Chris Bryant. And or maybe it was the year before, I don't remember. But his cards, I remember, were dirt cheap at that time, 2020 November. And then all of a sudden, he started to heat it up. His prices went higher. And that's what it's all about. And then speaking of beating expectations, I had a Bryce Harper card last year. I wrote it down. It's a 2011 Bryce Harper BCP1. It's the Bowman Chrome. About like $40. And I was thinking, okay, Bryce Harper struggled early on when he signed with the Phillies, so why would I keep it? Let me get rid of it now. Should have kept it. He won MVP, right? He exceeded expectations. And that's what it's all about. And his cards, year over year, have done well. And I'm thinking, okay, who's going to exceed expectations? That's hard to guess. And then I started out this video with Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant won MVP in 2016. Chris Bryant, if he does what Bryce Harper did, guess what will happen to his cards? They'll go higher, in my opinion. Despite the population size of some of these cards, they're just a bit too high for me, in my opinion. And for those that are not looking at modern, are you looking at vintage baseball? Are you looking at the fact that, hey, are you going to put money into that? Because in the off season, you tend to see decreases. And then when the season starts, you see that gradual upswing. Are you going to go play that game? I'm looking at vintage autos. I always look for those. And I will continue to. And as long as it's less than the cost of getting it slabbed, I'm going to buy more autos. I have one here. Or I have a bunch of here that I showed you in different videos, right? Bill Mazeroski and Brooks Robinson, just to name a few. Anyways, guys, let me know what you're doing if you don't mind sharing. And remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.